I hope you guys are well. I know I normally show my hands making my iced coffee at the start of most of my videos, but today we're gonna make it together because we're gonna chat real quick. I'll fill you in. I have completely changed my filming plan for today's video. What I wanted to do was get upstairs and add all the Halloween and extra fall touches to the bedrooms and the playroom. But when I woke up today, I knew that what I wanted to do was not what I needed to really do today. I've got time for the fall decor. As you know, there's a ton of fall decor going on in our home. What I need to do right now is tackle all of the deep, dark, cluttered corners of our home. I need to clean. I just need to do a whole house cleaning and reset. And that way, if I do the thing that I need to do, what I want to do can be my reward for getting all the need to do's done, if that makes any sense to you guys. So I'm gonna be responsible today, a responsible gal, and get the things done that I need to do. Our bedroom is overcome by laundry. Clean laundry, it's clean laundry. I am so good at knocking out loads of laundry. What I'm not good about is actually folding it and putting it away. So I'll take you up there. I will show you exactly what we have going on, but we definitely need to start with that because that's the biggest weight on my shoulders right now. So today is about taking the weight off of my shoulders on all of those little tasks that I have just let go and done other things. So we're gonna get it done today. So if you need some motivation to just get up and get those things done that you've been putting off that you don't really want to do, but you know you need to get them done, today is the day. Let's get up and do it together. I've got a big iced coffee to get me going. If you're new, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. Let's get started. All right, guys, this is the current state of our bedroom. This little makeshift bed has been here since last weekend. Today's Thursday when I am filming. Sweet little Rory, her sleepover at my mom's house got canceled because my mom wasn't feeling well, so we kind of compromised because she was so disappointed. So we made her a little bed in our room, so she got to do a special sleepover with Steven and I. We don't have her sleep in the bed because then nobody sleeps. These are all, like I said, clean. Some of these are folded. About a week ago, I attempted to fold my laundry, but did not put it away. We've got clean towels galore. Lots and lots of folding that needs to happen. So I'm going to put on a good podcast and let's get to work. Exciting find. Turns out I had a whole basket of already folded towels, but I had taken a whole load of unfolded towels and plopped them on top. So this was just like a hidden gem down below. So this load is already done. If you guys can see her, so I just wanted to show you that someone joined the folding party. It took her a little bit to realize I was up here. She usually comes immediately because she thinks that I'll snuggle. Annie, we're working today. We're getting stuff done. If you're wondering why I keep the white towels separate from all the other ones, these I put in Steven and I's bathroom and our cabinet, and then the other towels go into the linen closet in the hallway for the kids to grab. All right, back to folding. usual. It doesn't take me as long as I build it up into my head if I just do it. I have a whole basket of blankets over there that I had washed, so that's gonna it's easy. I can take those downstairs, put them in the bins downstairs. The key thing is to now make sure I actually put these away, or else they will sit in our room for a whole nother week and we will be right back to where we are today. So I'm gonna take the time to go and put all these towels away while Annie probably continues to rest. As we're putting away Stephen and I's towels in our bathroom cabinet, if you were thinking to yourself, whoa girl, that cabinet is a hot mess, what is going on? You're not wrong. It is definitely a disaster in there. I think it was like last summer, maybe last spring, I told you guys I needed to declutter and organize Stephen and I's bathroom, and we just never got to it. You know, 3 kids home for the summer, life gets a little bit busy, but they are back at school now, and it is time to tackle some of these projects. So if you feel like you have this list in your head of places that you need to declutter and organize, I got you. I am right there with you, and we are going to be doing that. I have several videos planned over the next month or two that we're going to tackle some more decluttering and organizing. For me, decluttering and organizing does not have an end point. It's just a cycle where I do it when we need to do it. It's not something where I do it once and we're done. That is just never works in our house. Even if I come up with the best organization system, things need to be reset. We are a 5-person family with 5 pairs of hands touching things and leaving things and disorganizing things. And so things need to be reset. And sometimes organization strategies need to be rethought. It might work for a little bit and then it's not working anymore. And so that cabinet is definitely a situation of that in our bathroom. So we just need to go in, declutter certainly, but then really kind of rethink all the organization there. Our kitchen cabinets, there's certain cabinets like my baking cabinet and my spices, that absolutely same thing. I need to kind of go in, rethink the organization strategy, declutter them, and get that going. So lots of places to declutter. Let me know in the comments if you have places you need to declutter and organize and where they are in your home, and we are gonna do this together, you guys.
And I thought that everything was already said. When it all came over me, all the things, what you said, what you did, what you made me feel. In that second, it all was so clear to me. But I will never want it any other way. And we were always talking, wishing for the phone.
Okay, while the queen is taking her nap, I have made a lot of progress. It might not look like it with all these clothes on my bed, but I'm going to go ahead and get all of these put away now, and all the laundry bins have been emptied. I am going to also make sure that I get this cleaned up, but it already just feels like a huge weight is off of my shoulders.
And we were always laughing, not quite not tears from joy. And we were always making love, wish that I could give you more. And we were always, we were always, we were always, we were always.
Okay, while I'm doing my pajamas, I absolutely need to declutter these at some point. I need to do my whole closet again. I feel like about 3 to 4 times a year, I always like to go through and declutter my closet. So I am very much a due for that because I have a lot of pajamas. I also have decided I am no longer keeping pajamas that I don't feel 1,000% comfortable in. Pajamas are supposed to be where we feel our best and coziest self. And you know, like some of them, the waistband just kind of, at least for me, feels a bit tight and not comfortable, but like the shirt fits perfectly. If it's like a pair, so I'm like, well, hold on to them, it's fine. It's not fine. We should feel comfortable in our pajamas. So this is gonna be the season where I will plan a video soon. I will bring you along with me. We're gonna get rid of anything that does not make me feel 1,000% comfortable. But what does make me comfortable, I found these on Amazon recently. And for all my short girls, really every height, because you can choose the petite length or the regular length, and I even think they come in a long length. But I was so excited to find a petite length, like they're technically loungewear pants, but they're basically I wish I could show you guys. They're thin, so they're good for me for sleeping because I tend to get hot when I sleep, but they're the bottom. They look like sweatpants when you wear them, but I purposely sized up because, again, I'm in my cozy era of life and I wanted them to fit. I didn't want them to come and they were a little tight on the waistband, and then I kept them, so I sized up. I probably could have done my true size, which tends to be a medium, but I got them in a large, but they have a tie, so I can make them tight enough on the waist that I don't feel like they're too big, but these are so comfortable. I ordered one pair. I think they were $12 and I wanted to test them out. Well, I tried them on when they came and I immediately ordered them in 3 more colors because these are the softest and most comfortable pants I've ever owned, but they are thin, so if you are looking for like a true sweatpants, these are not the pants. These are very much like a lounge pants. I would probably feel comfortable wearing them running errands, but maybe not in the light pink color because they might be see-through. I don't know, I haven't tested it out, but I have them in black and I have no problem wearing them out and about and definitely to the bus stop. So I was very excited about these. I will link these for you guys, but I do know that we need to do a whole closet declutter together very, very soon. Let me know how often you like to declutter your clothes. I force myself to do it a couple times a year because otherwise I will hold on to everything. I just recently this summer purged a lot of my old teaching clothes because a lot of the shirts are things that I don't think I would wear again anyway, but like 7-year ago Trisha, when I got a lot of those, that was like before having my 3rd kid. So as you can imagine, a lot of those clothes are never gonna fit me again because my body very much changed every time that I had a child. Kid number 3 was the hardest change on my body. Let me know if you have multiple kids, if you like, it was easier to bounce back with others versus, I don't know, but kid number 3 is what did me in, but we love our Rory. I would not change it for anything. But anyways, all right. Let me go grab my other pajama bin because this one is not going to hold all of them. I'm going to start my decluttering now. I know that these don't fit me on the bottom. This was my example where I love the top. It comes with like a Henley top. I got them on Amazon. But the bottoms, the waist is just so much. There's just a lot of singe to it. I don't want a lot of singe. I want a lot of looseness in the waist. So you know what? I'm not even gonna put them back. I'm gonna add them to my decluttering bag that I'm gonna start today. Okay, this is the last tangent I'm gonna go on about this, I promise. I know some people like to hold on to things. I used to do this too. Hold on to things that are too small and you think, oh, this is gonna be my goal to fit back into this. That never works for me. All it does is just remind me that I don't fit in them anymore, and it just makes me feel worse about myself. So I am all about, if something doesn't fit you, donate it on to somebody, and then if you get to this healthy spot that you want to be in, whatever that goal may be, I don't really focus on weight anymore at this point in my life. It doesn't feel healthy to me. I focus on how I feel, the energy that I have, things like that. So for me, I'm not holding on to things in hopes that I reach that point that they fit me anymore. Buy new stuff. If you get to a point where you feel like you've gone down a size or you're feeling like your best self, go buy yourself a new pair of pants to celebrate that. That is my philosophy. We need to get rid of all the things like the what ifs because they tend to just make us feel worse. That's how I feel. Let me know how you feel about that. Gonna go on a tangent anymore, but I just had a thought that I want to share. I'm being very chatty today. So we said, some people like to set that goal of like fitting into their jeans that they had before they had kids or something like that. I think that's another mindset of trying to be an older version of yourself. I mean, 20-year-old me fit into those size 0 jeans, no problem, but I don't want to be 20-year-old me anymore because then I wouldn't be a mom with 3 amazing kids and my amazing husband. And so I think that sometimes people get in this mindset of wanting to be the version, have their body look like they did when they were a lot younger. But I think we should just embrace where we are in life and the beauty of aging and the changes that happen to our body as we age and not want to be the same size or the same body that we were before we had kids, or even if you don't have kids, but when you were younger. Because I think aging is beautiful. And you know what? Sometimes our bodies change and they look different, and I think that's okay too. Okay, that's it. I promise. I'll get off of my Trisha talk at the moment. Thank you for listening. Let's get these hung up, clean up the bed. She will probably stay here and sleep, but we need to head down to the kitchen and get that tidied up. And it's going to feel really good to get all of this done. If you are still watching this video, thank you for listening to my long tangent that I went on. I don't know. I always want to be a positive influence for you guys, and I'm just a naturally optimistic person, and so I can always usually find the bright side of everything. And it's just definitely at the ripe age of 44 that I just turned this week, I just feel like I have a much better perspective now that I'm a little bit older. And it's just, for me, it's not about being a certain size, it's about being healthy and just the best, healthiest version of myself at this point in my life, and just knowing that I'm working out 4 days a week and that I'm eating healthy and I'm trying to limit the sweets that I'm having and things like that. And I just think those should be the goals versus trying to be a certain weight and things like that. Like, just be the healthiest version of yourself that you can realistically be, and also know that we go through different phases in life and stages, and sometimes it's harder to focus on yourself. Maybe if you have a little newborn or a baby at home and things like that. Like, I have been there, and my kids are all school age now. So I do feel like I've finally have reached this point where I can, prioritize myself and have time to do that. And so wherever you are in life, just know that I see you and I understand, and I know that we are all just truly doing the very best that we possibly can, and you are amazing. And also, speaking of amazing, thank you guys so much for the birthday love. I felt so bad skipping another Tuesday video, and I'm so sorry. I still have a bunch of comments to reply to, because some of you kind of went into a little panic, like, oh my gosh, are you not doing Tuesday videos anymore? Because I did skip 2 this month. Don't worry, I am continuing with my Tuesday videos. I just, wanted to take my birthday off, and you guys were so sweet and so kind with all the messages, and happy birthday to all the September people out there. And so many of you have the exact same birthday as me, which I think is so fun and just another way to connect with each other. So thank you for all of your support. You guys are truly the best.
Don't wanna wake up, I might be dreaming.
I know it's not technically full yet. There's still some space in the bottom. What tends to happen is normally I'll say I'll just wait and I'll add more dishes and then start it. But I also know myself, and that won't happen. And then I'll be looking tomorrow morning for clean dishes and realize that I forgot to start the dishwasher. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say there's a tiny space left open. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and run these dishes.
Dreaming, you're stirring things up, my heart is beating. My heart is beating. I won't let go, I can't say no. My heart is yours, so I say here we go. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you must stop, I'm like a spinning top. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you must stop. And
Anybody who has this grate, or I don't even know what it's called, but it basically protects the bottom of your sink from getting scratched, make sure you flip it over and scrub it every now and then. Ours was disgusting. I don't know how long it's been since I've cleaned the bottom of it, but you can see all the stuff that is going down the drain right now. It was alarming. So just a PSA out there, don't forget about that. And I might as well just scrub the sink after I saw all the grossness that I just put in it from scrubbing the bottom of that. And then after that, I need to get to some platters. Steven hosted for some of his work colleagues. They do what's called a journal club every single month, where they read the latest medical journals and discuss, at least that's how he describes it to me. And so he hosted it at our house the night before. And so I still had some platters and stuff that I needed to clean off. And while I'm doing that, can we please talk about the finale of The Summer I Turned Pretty? if you watched it, I hope at this point I'm not spoiling it for anybody because it's been out for at least, I think, 2 weeks at this point. So hopefully if you watched it, if you haven't, maybe fast forward a little bit. I can try to not spoil anything in what I'm saying, but I feel like I'm still recovering from it. I loved The Summer I Turned Pretty. The most recent season was my absolute favorite out of all of them. Season 1, it's new, and so that was good. And then season 2 was just really sad. I felt like I was like ugly crying almost every episode. And then season 3 is just, oh my gosh, it was so good. And we had to wait, a week in between episodes. And so, oh my gosh, it was such a good season. I'm so sad it's over, but I saw the announcement that there's going to be a movie. I cannot wait. I hope that they hurry up and film that and get it ready to go because I want to watch it like now, but it'll probably be like at least a year or two before it comes out. But I'm so excited that it's not completely over, that there's still something to look forward to because I first of all, I loved the ending. So if that was how it was going to end and we didn't have the movie, I would have been okay with that. But of course I want more. But there's just a couple of things that I felt like were missing from the final episode that I want, I'm hoping is going to be in the movie. Let me know if you watched it and you also read the books. I have not read the books, which is rare for me. Usually the first thing I will do is read the book if it's going to come out as a movie or a TV show because I always want just that background and I like to compare and see how it's different. And so I did not do that with this. So everything was truly a surprise. I heard it's very similar. And so people who had read the books told me that there was just a lot of key things missing from the finale. So I wonder if that's going to be saved for the movie. And if you don't watch any of this or didn't read any of this and you're like, what are you talking about? It's a really good show. It is called The Summer I Turned Pretty. There are 3 seasons for you. It's on Prime if you have that. Another one that's Charlie and I just started watching. I told you guys Charlie, for anybody new, is my 12-year-old son. He's our oldest child. We watched Survivor together. I started watching Survivor again about 3 seasons ago. I hadn't watched it in the longest time. And so a new season of Survivor started this week, season 49, and it is off to an amazing start. So if you just need something to watch while you're doing laundry or to unwind with in the evening, Survivor is always a fun one.
See right through me, do that to me. So let's do this, baby. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop. I'm like a spinning top. Not used to do this, it ain't my style. It ain't my style. You see right through me.
All right, 2 big things left. The first one is to reset our charging station area. I kind of shoved everything in the cabinet down here because I wanted a clean countertop for Steven's work thing last night so that we could set out desserts over here. So I took everything out this morning, threw it back up here. So let's get that reset and organized. And then the other big thing is to mop all of our floors.
No, I don't wanna hide. I won't let go. I can't say no. My heart is yours, so I say here we go. You do that something to me. You do that something to my heart. I give up. You don't stop. I'm like a spinning top. You do that something to me. You do that something to my heart. I give up. You don't stop. And I keep spinning. You see right through me. Do that to me. So let's do this, baby. You do that something to me. You do that something to my heart. I give up. You won't stop. I'm like a spinning top. Giving it up, giving it up, giving it up, giving it up, giving it up. Oh, I'm like a spinning top. Giving it up, giving it up, giving it up, giving it up, giving it up. Don't wanna wake up.
Dream with me for a moment because I have taken the time to set up this charging station so that every possible type of cord and charger that my 3 children could ever need in life are available and ready. So in theory, they should not be tearing this apart and taking cords and taking them upstairs and downstairs and all over the places that you can imagine. In theory, they should not have to do that. But do I think they'll still do that? There's like a 33% chance they won't. And I'm saying 33 because I have 3 kids and I know that one kid that will listen and follow this system that I set up. But the other two, probably not.
Dreaming, I might be dreaming. You're stirring things up, my heart is beating. Oh, so I say here we go. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop, I'm like a spinning top. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop, and I keep spinning. You see right through me, do that to me. So let's do this.
Oh my gosh, I love my Tinico. It is like the best wet, dry vacuum mop thing out there. I have tried a lot of different things. I have the Bissell Crosswave, and I do like the Bissell Crosswave. That is, I would say, is probably like my runner-up, but you just can't beat the Tinico. And I don't know, I wish I remembered which model I had, because I didn't get the super fancy one. We've had this one for about 3 years now. We got it when we moved into this house, because this house has so many hardwood floors, which is a blessing. I love all of our hardwood floors, but I knew that I needed a really good like mobile mop to clean them, and so that's when we invested in this one. But again, it wasn't the most expensive one, so I'll figure out which one we have if they still make our model, and I'll link it for you guys. But it is my tried and true. It is so fast. It is truly just like you are vacuuming. I've had a lot of like sponsors reach out to do a robot vacuum mop situation, but I'm hesitant. Well, one, because I think Annie would attack it, because you guys know how Annie feels about all the vacuums and mops and all the things. But I used to have an old school one when they first came out. It wasn't a mop. They didn't have that back then, but it was like the robot vacuum. And it just wasn't that good. It kept getting caught under the couch and all the things, but I'm sure it's so much better now. If you use a robot mop or vacuum, let me know which one you have and if you really like it and if it's worth the hype, and maybe I'll say yes to somebody and try one for us and do a review. Sometimes I just get so used to what I'm using and I love it, and I'm a little scared to try something different. Change is a little hard, right? Even when it comes to cleaning products. But let me know if that's something you guys want me to say yes to, and we can review some things together. Or if you agree with me and maybe they're just not worth the hype, but it's been a while, so maybe I should be open to trying something different. The time has come to pour out the dirty water. It is a lot of dirty water, but I want to give a fair warning to all my friends who do not like to see other people's nasty, dirty water from cleaning. Go ahead and close your eyes. I will let you know when it's safe. Don't worry if you close your eyes. I don't like the dirty water either when people show it, but I know some people like to see proof that we cleaned that floor, and boy, did we clean that floor. That water was so gross. Okay, it is safe to open your eyes now. I want to reward myself since I got all of the cleaning done, and so I'm spending the last little bit of time I have before Charlie gets home, and I'm making homemade gifts for some of my friends. We have a ton of September birthdays in our neighborhood, and so we did a big dinner for all of us, and I wanted to just make a hot cup of tea in the afternoon and do my homemade gift and just relax for a little bit. I've been trying to really set aside time for myself in the afternoon after a busy day, and just I love getting creative when I can. And so I purchased these. They're drink coasters and they're already stained, and there's a ton of them. I purchased a set on Amazon. I have all of these ideas for the different holidays and seasons to do some hand painted projects on them. I posted a picture over on Instagram because I already made some for my mom for Grandparents' Day. And so I want to make the same ones for all of my September birthday friends. And I do some ghosts and some jack-o'-lanterns, and I keep it simple. The ghost I did kind of freehand and make because I feel like a ghost is a little bit easier, but for the jack-o'-lanterns I had a stencil that I just traced, and then I painted the jack-o'-lantern part orange, and then I ended up just putting the stencil back on and taking a Sharpie and just coloring in the parts of the jack-o'-lantern face, and they're just so much fun. And in order to make them more waterproof, I just took some Mod Podge spray that I had that seals it, and once everything was dry, I just gave it a spray. And I did do multiple coats of paint on these. I just didn't show it in the video since this video was already getting long enough, but I think I did about 2 or 3 coats of paint on them just to make sure that they're nice and sealed in there. But thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys, and I promise I will try my hardest to not skip any more videos for the time being. But thank you for always understanding when I need to just kind of prioritize soaking up family time and skip some of those videos. But if you've been following, you know you can catch me every Tuesday and Saturday at 10:30 Eastern time. So if you're new, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and join us for some more fun. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye, friends.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try